Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is my doggos. I don't know if you can see her. Her name is Ruth, named after the great Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice. I've met people, and I brought that up. I have a friend. Had a friend? Can't remember who it was now, actually. But I knew somebody I was bringing that up with. I was like, yeah, her name is Ruth. And it was, based off of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It may have been somebody matched with on Tinder or whatever. And they were like, who? They had no fucking idea. I'm like, get cultured and come back, right? I missed last week. Not sorry about it, Maybe some people look forward to this podcast. I do. But another mental health day last week. I don't apologize. I needed it. I don't know. Last week was just super stressful for no particular reason, just in general. I ate my feelings one day. I live 2 minutes from a BJ's and the restaurant, and 2 seconds. Oh, my son of a fuck. All right, so anyway. Fucking light fell over. I'm gonna breath. But I live 2 minutes from a BJ's, the restaurant. And I decided to eat my feelings last Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. I ordered mozzarella sticks. Delightful. I got a Pizookie. It's fucking good. It's just a cookie with some fucking ice cream. It's fantastic. So, made me feel better. But, mental health days, you should take them. You should take them. It's very helpful. Just some R&R, right? Maybe read a book. Personally, I like to take my frustrations out on video games. So that way it doesn't come out in real life. Play Call of Duty, shoot some fucking people up. So, because we don't do that in real life. Some people do. I don't. I don't think anybody should. But, yeah. I have a job. And I was working on a customer's account that we had, and the customer that we had passed away, and he died. Dead. And I always like to, not to prove that they're dead, because I could give a two fucks either way, but I'm just curious, genuinely curious of, one, how old the person was, how they died. Sometimes their obituaries tell, usually not. But you can tell if they're fucking 115, you know that, it wasn't COVID. It could have been, but more than likely they were just old as fucking dirt. So I just kind of like to see, was it a heart attack? Did they get hit by a car, a train, a bus, a bicycle? Freak accidents out there, I'm just a very curious person. I just want to see what they look like and see if I can figure out how they died. I'm just curious. My own simple pleasures in life. But I came across this guy's obituary, and they had a website on the funeral home, saying, hey, if you knew this person, or, well wishes, or if you want to donate flowers, yada, yada, yada. You can do anything on the web. And his former coworker, friend, I want to think that they fucked. I don't know. I could be wrong, but they were probably fucking. So they were like friends for like 20-something years per her post. They served in the military together. I think it was the Navy. I don't fucking care. And, she was talking about how great of a guy he is and how nice he was. And that was, they were old. So, fucking 60s or 70s or 80s or whatever when she went in, and it wasn't as friendly, not that it's friendly now to women, but it wasn't as friendly, to women in the armed forces, in the armed services at that time. And he was one of the people. I think they were on a ship. They were probably in the fucking Navy. I don't know. But he was one of the people. No, Air Force? I don't know. He was a fucking air traffic controller, she said. It was a long post. But he was one of the people that, was happy and, got along with anybody and was genuinely nice to her when she came aboard. And not a lot of people were. But I think they fucked. I could be wrong, but they were probably fucking. So, I think it was her. Yeah, it was her. After that whole long thing, I read the whole thing, very curious. I think she was one of the only people. I think she may have been the only person. He might not have been well liked. I don't know. But one of her last part of the message, it said safe travels. Safe travels. The motherfucker's dead, right? How is he? Safe travels to where? Obviously, maybe, I presume that she believes in some sort of afterlife, some sort, whether it's Jesus up in heaven, Satan down in hell, or some fucking witchcraft. I have a friend, she's a witch. I still don't know what it entails, but she says she's a witch. I don't know. I haven't found a girlfriend, though, since I met her. Maybe she'd put a curse on me. I have to ask her. We're still friends, though. So. But safe travels. That made me laugh. Chuckle. I wouldn't say laugh. Made me chuckle. Of even if I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't believe that in life anyway, but that's a whole other conversation we'll talk about a little bit later. But safe travels. Like, what is he going to get in a fucking, presumably she believes in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And, what is he going to be carried up by angels, and he might get in a car or an angel crash? I mean, come the fuck on. What? Safe travels. I don't even know. And then that made me think. I take my dog. Rufus is a tooth. And said, "What are you eating your foot for? You already had dinner." Silly puppy dog. She's 3, turning 4, coming in February here. Sweet doggos. But we go to a dog park, about 10 minutes from my place. She loves the dog park. I like the dog park. Huge dog park. A lot of areas, right? There's some trails. You can bike. You can walk. You can, really anything. And pretty much as soon as you walk in the gate, you walk a few feet, there's a bench. There's a bench and a tree. I don't know if they're related or not. I don't know. But the bench has this guy's name, his picture, and the day he was born, the day he died. He was around my age. He was like 27, 26, 27, 28 when he died. It doesn't say how he died. But I swear, I'm putting it on record right now. I swear to fucking God. And I don't even believe in God. But I will haunt whoever does this, right? If somebody plants a tree in my memory, right? If they put a bench in my memory, No, right? Because I'm not even going to sit on that bench. I don't think anybody sits. I've never seen anybody sit on that bench. I'm sure the hell not going to sit on a bench, right? You're sitting on this guy's body. He might not be, he's probably not even buried there, but still, it's weird. It is weird. And I will be eternally pissed the fuck off if somebody puts a bench in my honor or a tree in my honor. And, you know, there's a little fucking plaque like, planted in honor of color. Shut the fuck. I will be pissed. I think it's so trashy. So trashy. I'm all for the environment. Plant the trees, but don't put it in my honor when I'm fucking dead. Now, if I'm alive and you'll plant it in my honor, yeah, sure. But when I die, my name better be off that. 100%. 100%. I don't... I don't even think I want to be buried. I don't want to be cremated. I want my body donated to science so other people can dig into my brain and be like, what the fuck was wrong with him? And they'll find all sorts of shit. And I'll be like, you know, I'll be, you know, watching down, watching up, watching side to side, where the fuck I'm at. You know, I'll be like, I knew it. I knew it. They're the intelligent genes. Yeah, probably not. But... yeah, putting on a record now. I don't have a will. Would this count as a living will? I don't know. If it does, don't you fucking dare. If it doesn't, yeah, don't you fucking dare. So, my family, I feel like we've talked about this in the past. I'm really not close with a lot of my family. I'm closer with my sister than really anybody else in my family. And she fucking lucked out. So our brother, a little bit older than me, I don't know how, I don't care how much, and I don't care either. He's getting married Friday, this coming Friday, 4 days from today. At a courthouse. It is what it is, you know, hey, you know, whatever. That's fine. I didn't get an invite. My sister didn't get an invite. We didn't get an invite. She heard about it, I think, on Friday. I don't know who told her. I think it was her mom. I don't know. But she heard about it on this past Friday. Right? So that's a full 7 days prior to the wedding. And then she texted me and she's like, do you fucking know he's getting married next Friday? Oh, I had no fucking idea. No fucking idea. And I thought I was going to get out of it. I like a good wedding. This ain't one of them. But I like a good wedding. I wouldn't have turned down an invitation. But I got the official, if you want to call it, official invitation this yesterday, Sunday, at like 2 in the afternoon. Let me pull up the exact message. And it did not come from my brother. It didn't come from his fiance. It came from my mom. So this is the message. At 1:15 p.m. on Sunday, a full 5 days prior, 4 days, kids can't count that day. So 4 days prior to the wedding, this is a text that I got from my mom. It says, hey, blank is getting married, you know, my brother, Friday, 4 days from today, at 5 p.m., you need to be there. Meet at my house at 4:30. End of invitation. That was the most heartwarming invitation that I've ever received. So, flabbergasted. I was annoyed. Multiple reasons of like, 1, I don't want to fucking be there. 2, obviously he doesn't want me to be there. 3, I have a job. I have a life, right? But, like how the fuck? Like this thing has been decided, even though it's a courthouse wedding, it has been decided, as particularly the date and time. What fucking courthouse is open at 5 p.m. to marry somebody? And what do I wear? That's my thing. What do I wear? Because I can't overdress them. I'm not wearing a fucking tie because ain't nobody gonna be there wearing a tie. You can't overdress somebody, but you don't want to underdress. I'm not wearing shorts and a t-shirt, right? I'm sure there will be some people there wearing shorts and t-shirt, but not myself. You know, you walk in there too dressy and they're gonna like, oh, you guys are getting married. No, you see the fucking bum over there? That's the one. You know, maybe they're going to watch this one day or listen to this one day, and I'm going to hear about this. I'm calling it right now. But, yeah. So, to make sure that I didn't have a guilty conscience, I talked with my boss today, and I was like, hey, told her the whole situation. I showed her the heartfelt invitation I received. Yeah, she was flabbergasted as well. And, I said, hey, if I can get Friday off, I'm going to leave early. If not, it's okay. I just don't want to have a guilty conscience. I'm a good guy. I like to think. Yeah. So now I get off. I work a couple hours on Friday and I'm off for the rest of the day. But, yeah, I was not happy. Because it's like, again, I like a good wedding. But, what's better than a good wedding? Being invited to a wedding, right? I understand if they didn't, it's at a courthouse. I understand if you don't send out, official invites. I'm not, I don't care, right? Weddings are expensive. I don't care. I don't care if it's at the fucking Eiffel Tower in Paris, a courthouse in Paris, or a courthouse in the fucking shithole that I'm from, unfortunately. I don't care, right? But I received that invite of, your brother's getting married 5 p.m. on Friday. You need to be there. Meet at my house at 4:30. The fuck? It's just baffling. Fucking baffling. It's so heartfelt. I almost cried. Yeah. Anyway. How the fuck we get on that? Oh yeah, death, not being happy. Yeah, I get that. All right. So, how long have we been recording this? Because I'm not feeling it today, honestly. Or 18 minutes into this. God. Jeez. This whole wedding thing put me a damper on my day. I'm not even high right now, though. That's probably part of it. I didn't have a long day at work. It was very relaxing, in a sense. I had a lot of work to do, but I didn't feel overwhelmed. I've been good on taking on a good workload, but at the same point, not too much, not too little, but not too much. Yeah. How the fuck? If I was getting married, I almost got married. Great gal though, great gal. We share our dog together. Rufus is a Tufus. Split custody. I get her 50% of the time. Co-parent. One drops her off. At the beginning, and the other drops her off at the end of the week. We do right now. We moved to Saturdays to Tuesdays, so I get her from Saturday to Tuesday, and then she gets her from Tuesday night to Saturday afternoon, morning, night, whenever she wants to drop her off on Saturdays. It works. A lot of people ask me, they're like, how does that work out? I think it works out fine. We're just like, hey, she pooped, she peed. If she had, because she's been having an ear infection the past few months, and she takes her to daycare, doggy daycare, the days that she has to go to the office because she doesn't get to work full time from home, like yours truly. It must suck. Anyway, but she'll take her to doggy daycare the days that she has to go to the office, and they also have a vet on staff, so that's the doctor that Rufus is a Tufus gets to go to, and she had an ear infection. So we, keep up to date on that. We split the medical bills. It's a whole. I think it works out well. We're not going to go into anything like that. I was going to, but no. But yeah, it works out great. I like it. I still get to see my doggos. What are you doing? She's ready to go for a walk. But we're going to go for a walk when we're down here. And also, I love the weather change. I'm in Ohio, Columbus area. And our weather is fantastic right now. Right now, our weather, where's my weather at? Our weather, where the fuck is my weather at? Right here. Our weather is 58 degrees, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It's amazing. I love it. I do. I like it cold. I don't like the heat because you sweat. Like, it gets so hot and it's humid sometimes in the summer, a lot of the time in the summer, you're just standing outside and you're just pouring out sweat. It's the worst. It is the worst. And then it gets over, 90 or in the hundreds, and you can't open your curtains. You can, right? I like the natural sunlight during the day. When I'm working, I like the natural sunlight. But you can't do that when it's 90 and 100 degrees outside. It gets too fucking hot. And your AC is working overtime. And then it's a whole fucking thing. Energy conservation. So they do work for an energy company. I do. I feel like I'm off my game today. If I'm off my game, let me know. If you find it funny, let me know. If you don't, let me know. If you really don't, you can let me know. But not feeling it. I don't know. I'm not like today. I'm just not high. I feel like I'm funnier when I'm high. Because I have the most, I have very random thoughts when I'm sober. But I have more random thoughts when I'm high. On weed, I don't do anything else. I did have an idea, and I swear if anybody steals this, I will hunt you down. I feel like I've talked about it before. I don't want to talk about it. Somebody might steal my idea. But I did want to talk about simulation theory. So I remember... So I started my job almost 2 years ago, coming up in November. And a few months after starting, my friend, she still works here. I got a $1,000 bonus for her coming on. It's very nice. And I have another friend I'm trying to get hired on. Doesn't hurt to get $1,000. So I remember our last job, because we worked together, our last job together. And we would talk about the simulation theory. I like the idea, like the discussions around it. And they would, her and the other people we work with, they would make fun of me because I would say, that I didn't believe in dinosaurs. Not that I think that anybody's lying to us of I don't think that. But I think we live in a simulation. Nothing is real. Nothing happened. Nothing is, nothing is real, right? Everything is generated in some way or another. I think it's a good theory to go into. I remember one time, my last job, we had this one guy. He was born in 2000. This was like 2019, 2018, 2019. So he was 18, 19 years old. And I'm like, you were born in 2000 and you're 8. That's crazy. Crazy. But I remember one time I went to lunch, and right before, we started to talk about the simulation theory. And I started some shit, and I didn't do it on purpose. So I come back, 30, 45 minutes later or whatever. And, and the guy and this other girl were so, you could, they were so happy when I left, and I came back, and they were pissed the fuck off. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And nobody's interacting, nobody's talking. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then one of them laughed to go on break or whatever. And I think her girl was saying, yeah, he was, she's like, oh, he's such a dick. He wouldn't let me talk and yada, yada, yada. So I started a big fight and had no idea because I wasn't there. I just brought up a topic. And then I left. And then I get blamed. When I come back, I'm fucking blamed for this shit. Like, you know, they're not all there. You know, he didn't let her talk, and I'm like, ain't my fucking problem. He's a kid. The kid, hey, blame it on him. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious. They were pissed the fuck off. It was great. But yeah, I think the simulation theory is real. I don't think anything is real. I don't think... like, it's hard to grasp, but at the same time, I feel like it's easy to grasp. That, like, nothing is real, but everything, you know, like, everything... Like, it seems tangible, right? Like my White House notebook, right? It's tangible, right? I feel like it is. I can write in it. I've written in it. I can taste it. I can smell it, feel it. I can hear it. But it's not real. I don't think it's real. I think everything is generated in one way or another. Because... like there's got to be an explanation for everything, right? Because if you look at like aerospace, so let's look at this. What year? Because I went to Springfield City School, so I don't know a goddamn thing. So what year was the airplane invented? Okay. 1903. When you think of the first airplane, who do you think about? Most people think about Orville and Wilbur Wright. And, yeah, 1903. And we don't care about the rest of the fucking story. So we know the Wright brothers. So, 1903. Okay. What year did we go to just space? Just 1961. That was 50, again, Springfield City Schools, 50 something years, 58? 58 years. 58 years. And that was the Soviet Union in 1961. This vehicle, the Vostok 1, circulated Earth at a speed of 27,400 kilometers per hour, with flight lasting 108 minutes. 1961 and 1903, the airplane was... 1903, we invented the airplane you really couldn't use. And then, 58 years later, we're in space. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because if you start from the fucking beginning, whether or not you believe in God, whether you believe in Jesus, whether you believe in the Book of Mormon, whether you believe in fucking Ted Cruz, it doesn't fucking matter, right? We started from nothing. Every side fucking believes that. We started from nothing, right? A fucking rock, they say, hit this rock that we're on and then created this fucking life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking make sense. Whether you believe in evolution, whether you believe in God, it doesn't make sense, right? But we started from nothing. I think everybody can, I think all the thoughts start from there. We started with nothing. And then here we are today. I have a fucking iPhone, the 13 Pro Max. I honestly, I thought, we're getting off topic, but I thought about getting the 14 Pro Max. This is the first year that I have not upgraded. And I'm not going to get the 14. I'll get the 15. But Pro Max, or whatever they fucking call it at that time. But the dynamic island, that's a cool concept. I like it. But that's not a big selling point for me. I have 13 Pro Max. What other than like the it's just a new iteration of the notch, which I don't care about the notch, but it takes up more space. Takes up more space. Overall, takes up more space. It's farther down. But that's not that's not, I mean, I need more to be sold on. They didn't sell me on anything. So I didn't get it this year. But if you think about it, we started from nothing. And then all of a sudden, I have a phone that is way more powerful than the technology that got us into space, or the technology that even got us to the moon. It's baffling. It is baffling. Like, how does that make sense? Where one day we're eating apples off a fucking tree, or eating pears and plums and, fucking the ground or whatever fucking people did back then. I don't fucking know. Right? Chewing on tree bark because they didn't have fucking bubble gum. And then here we are today, where we have, the technology that we have today that didn't even exist a decade ago, 2012. I mean, imagine in 2012, 10 years ago from today, 2012, you had the iPhone 14 or the iPhone 13 or a recent iPhone. Because in 2012, it was fucking iPhone 5 or something. But think about just like in 10 years, where will we be in another 10 years, right? Where will we be? Hopefully not in Zuckerberg's fucking metaverse. I hope and pray that fucking doesn't happen. Jesus fucking Christ. The only good thing about the metaverse right now is that it's bleeding money and they are cutting costs anywhere that they can. That's good news. That's good news because people are rejecting the metaverse. It's Mark Zuckerberg. I hope that brings the whole fucking company down. I've said this from the beginning, right? Because we went from MySpace, love Tom, we went from MySpace to Facebook. And I remember I hesitated. I held out on creating a Facebook account. I remember my girlfriend at the time, she's pregnant now, not with my kid. She's like, oh, yeah, let's create you a Facebook. So she helped me create a Facebook. And I remember using it, scrolling through the fucking timeline. And I was like, no, this is not as good as MySpace. This is not going to take off. And I knew that in my heart, that this is not going to be popular. Boy, was I fucking wrong. It sucks. It's still a shitty platform as much, if not more, than it was when it was created and when it became popularized. Why did we get away from MySpace? I think MySpace should come back, or another better social media platform not owned by Facebook. Facebook ruins everything. Because if you look at it, your Instagram or your Facebook, you just scroll through your time. There's no pictures. It's just filled with fucking ads and then stupid ass fucking videos, usually from TikTok, that are just ported over to Facebook. And then they want to like create their, and it's just no, why? Like, just because they want to be like TikTok, that's what they want to be, right? A lot of short form videos, because TikTok, a ton of users, and they're taking a ton from Facebook, and Facebook is like, well, one way we can combat this and beat TikTok is by becoming TikTok in a way, right? You're not TikTok, you're Facebook, but you want the short form videos. But it's I don't understand it. I don't like TikTok. I'm not a fan of TikTok. It's not for me. But millions of people like it. And millions of people use it every day, every hour, every minute. People are always scrolling through it. But I think it's a bad business practice to say we need to emulate, i.e. copy, what they are doing and implement it in on our platform. I think that's wrong. I think you should be your own company. You should stand on your own feet and not copy, because people are gonna be like, oh, you're copying them, and you don't have a comeback because you are copying them. So it's bad business. It's bad business because TikTok isn't. It's not going to be around for long haul. I don't think. I think short form video has been. Vine really popularized the short form video. They went under, and there's just it's never going to go away. It's never going to go away, but the iterations and how it's implemented will change. And I think copying that is the poorest business decisions you can ever make. Because yeah, short term, TikTok has a ton of people, ton of users. A lot of people are on it. A lot of people are creating content. A lot of people are watching that content, interacting with that content. And you don't get a lot of that on, Facebook or Instagram. And I was reading an article, I can forget what outlet, but Gizmodo or something, I think. But there was a leaked internal memo from Facebook that was indicating not so good things with their, I think it was specifically on the Instagram part of the company, where there wasn't a lot of engagement happening with the creators. There may have been people that were, maybe watching it, but they really weren't interacting, with it, whether a heart or whether they left a comment. There wasn't a lot of interaction at all. And for the article, they were, Facebook PR rep was, denying that was the case, and none of this information they have is correct. But it was an internal memo that they obtained, and they even asked them. They were like, "Well, this came from you guys, so you're saying that that's not correct?" And they deflected from that, fucking company PR. But and they're doubling down on that, right? They're saying, well, people aren't engaging with it. What can we do? Maybe people are engaging because it works for TikTok, because that's TikTok's model, right? That's what they base their company on, right? Nobody on there is making a 20-minute vlog. Nobody's posting, an hour podcast like they do on YouTube, right? That's not what TikTok is. And in essence, that's not what, Facebook or Instagram should be. I can't say is, because they're trying to do that, but that's not what they are. And they stray away from where they are, and then they bleed these customers, and they bleed the users, and they bleed engagement, and then they're like, oh, it's TikTok. It's their fault because they have all the short form video. And so we need to do that to get these people back. But that's not why they're leaving. You can see it. I didn't go to business school, and I feel like how stupid are your people running your fucking company? Of like, we need to copy so and so. Why? They're wildly successful, sure, but I don't think that is a good enough reason in and of itself to copy it. Because yeah, they did the implementation and they implemented it correctly. And they're stealing a lot of information, as those Facebook ones as well, but that's a whole different thing. But, they have, a ton of engagement, but again, that's their model. They help, they didn't create the model, but they emulated their entire fucking company on that model. You can't have, that's like, what other fucking apps are there? I feel, it's like the same thing with like Google search, like if they implemented, a fucking split screen down the middle. One side is you can search whatever the fuck you want, and the other side is a bunch of fucking videos, and you can just scroll through it like TikTok. There's not going to be any engagement, right? People might just flip through because they're bored, but there's not going to be any engagement. And I feel like it's the same analogy that you can use with Facebook. It's just copying somebody only gets you so far. Like, I'm sure they have a ton of users and a ton of engagement. But if you look at their total amount of users and their total amount of viewers and their total amount of engagement, it's very low. Very low. People don't like that, right? I remember when Instagram was just, pictures. You might have a video, from your actual follow or people you follow. But now your fucking timeline is clogged with fucking ads, fucking videos, that accounts that you don't even follow. And it's garbage. It's fucking garbage. It's terrible. Long story short, I hope this brings Facebook down. And Mark Zuckerberg, the robot in chief, is really trying, he's pushing the metaverse hard. I mean, he renamed the fucking company Meta. And, he really wants the metaverse to succeed. As you said, they're bleeding money. They're cutting costs anywhere that they fucking can because they don't have any money coming in. They're losing a lot, and they don't have any goddamn thing to show for it. I don't even know what the fuck the vision is. Where everybody puts on a headset, and instead of being in real life, you're in the metaverse. What? Why? Why is my thing? Like, why? What's wrong with what we have now? Or building and expanding upon what we have now? Face-to-face interaction, where I work remote, fully remote. Well, all my team does, right? So we use Microsoft Teams right now, right? For meetings and chats and whatever. We can see face-to-face. I wouldn't want to see, I would rather see somebody's real face, versus somebody's fucked up metaverse fucking emoji shit-el face. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I hope this doesn't take off, but I hope they go under. I'm tired of hearing about Mark Zuckerberg. I'm tired of hearing about Elon Musk, Jeff fucking Bezos. Fuck them all. Eat the rich. And, just capitalism, capitalistic fucking society for the rest of us, and then socialism for the rich, though. So it is a crazy world we live in. All right, well, I'll be on my game next week. I promise. Time got away from me today. I was busy at work, though. Not too busy, but I wanted, Anyway, I'll be on my game next week. Again, if you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. If you really don't, you can let me know. If you like my voice, you can come over to YouTube, Absurdity with Cullen. You can see my face. If you see my face, or if you don't want to see my face, you can always just listen to the audio version. Or if you pay for YouTube Premium, not an ad, but I would gladly take your money, Google. Standby YouTube Premium. Love it. Love it. You can have me go on in the background if you don't want to see what I look like. Or you can just take a screenshot of my face and blow it up in a poster size. Put on your fucking ceiling and just jack off to me every night. Whatever you want, Family friendly, right? Anyway, every Wednesday, unless I take a mental health week, but typically every Wednesday, listen to me, watch me. You can do both, one or the other, whatever you want. See you guys and talk to you guys next week.